Good evening, everyone. Hope you're enjoying the marathon thus far. My name is susreime. I am a Super Metroid speedrunner, and I will be running the 20 RTA run for the next hour or so. And before I start, let me just quickly introduce what this run is all about. I did take that into account into my estimate, so I do have a few minutes to talk about what's going on. So maybe I don't know if on the stream it's showing the I'm not sure if you can see a text file. There's like a little tracker, hopefully, that contains all the names of the categories. So let me just quickly introduce them. First, I will be doing a Sportsman RTA, Progmeyer RTA, Vileplume RTA, Crystal Flash RTA, Kegel the Kegel RTA, Botune RTA, Death to Shaktual RTA, Golden Teresa RTA, all Miniboss RTA, all Cack Attacks RTA, Tickle the Fish RTA, Grabbed by all Yapping Mall RTA, all Map Stations RTA, Free the Dakora RTA, all Gates RTA, all Power Bombs RTA, all Energy Tanks RTA, all Boulders Rta, all Missiles RTA, and all Supers RTA. So that was a mouthful, but that's the 20 RTAs I will be playing. All of these, none of these are made up categories. All of these are actually on the, you can find all of them on the Super Metroid category extensions leaderboard. So all of them are actual categories, but my goal is to fulfill my objective is to fulfill the goals of all 20 categories in a single run. And all these RTAs, if you're gonna play them one by one, all the world records sum up to about 4.5 hours, and I'll try to finish all of them in 1 hour so that this one run can qualify in 20 different categories. So that's the introduction. It's a huge meme. It's a gigantic meme. It's not even an official category, but I hope you will find enjoyment. So I will start whenever, and there are actually 22 RTA categories in Super Metroid, and I will explain why I don't do the remaining 2 as I begin. And I will be updating the tracker as I go. This is a bit of a spoiler, but the tracker, the categories shown there, it's in the order that I will complete them. So you already know the order of all the categories that will be completed, and I will just edit them. I'll edit it one at a time as I go. Okay, so since it's an RTA run, it starts in. Oh, maybe my timer is a little glitched. 1 second. Seems like my timer had some issue. Let's just quickly take care. Okay, good. So it will be the time. I'm gonna start on Planet Zebes, which is consistent, which is the common general rule for all RTA categories. So 3, 2, 1, go. All right, and the first 2 minutes of any Super Metroid run is just not very interesting. So I'll take a time to explain the remaining 2 RTA categories that are not included in this run. One is Kill Samus RTA. That RTA, the world record is about 50. It's less than a minute. That much I know. And that run actually starts on the Ceres station. And not Planet Zebes, so it's just not compatible. It's just incompatible with the rest of the RTA categories. And the other category I'm skipping is called Kill Croc's Ton RTA, and that run is a major glitch category, whereas all the other RTA categories are under no major glitch rule set. So it's only natural to exclude that. I mean, that run is a pretty horrible run in its own right, so I'm glad I don't have to play it. But the remaining 20 categories are all up there, and some of them are really great. Some of them are some of them are abominations, really. But it is there, and I will hopefully do it justice. And since it's an RTA run, time will actually end when I finish the last objective. and not when I head out of Planet Zebes. That's just a heads up. Also, I'm doing a lot of techniques to optimize my movement, but it'll be pretty hard to explain all the movement techs in Super Metroid, so I'll go light on that, and I'll only explain the very crucial tricks as they show up. So I have to focus a little bit here. The next few rooms are very difficult. So far, nothing. Okay, I don't have a full health, so I have to do a backup in this room. I have to do a slightly tricky upshot here that actually gives me a health pickup without having to, and I don't have to stop at all. And this is where the divergence occurs compared to a typical Super Metroid run. I will come to this room. This is part of all map stations RTA. There are 5 map stations in Super Metroid. Okay, nice. I wanted those missile drops. That was really lucky. And I have to activate all of it. And now you see me, open the pause menu, and you see, if you check the mini-map on the top right of the screen, you'll see that the map actually loaded already. So by opening a pause menu, I can actually move around during the map loading cutscene. So that will save a little bit of a little less than a second. I'll be doing that 4 more times. Dirty. Now I'm heading. Now I'm in that first mini boss, Bottom Teresa. So every mini boss has an RTA to its name. If you look at the tracker, there's Sports Spawn, Bottom, Golden Teresa, Crocomire. But Bomb Teresa is sadly the only mini boss that actually does not have an RTA to its name. But it is taken care of in the all mini-boss RTA category, which involves killing all the mini-bosses. So you can say that Bomb Teresa has its own presence in this run. Basically, you have to defeat it, even if you could skip it somehow. And I'm going to pick up my first energy tank in this room. And I'll be picking up a total of 14 energy tanks, as well as 10 super missile packs and 10 power bomb packs, and 100 missiles. Oh right, I actually should explain that when I have time. Try levers. Nice. Well, that was going to save some frames, but I messed it up and it lost some frames. Okay, so coming up, this room has these 2 enemies. Please. Nice. So you see me clip into that enemy. That enemy is called a Keigo, and there are a total of 5 Keigos on this planet, and one of the categories is called Keigo the Keigo RTA. So you see me clip into that 2 enemies. That move by itself is called Keigoing. So that's part of the category. Oh, I forgot to put a bomb there. Normally I'm supposed to put a bomb there to farm that red bug, but I was a little bit nervous. So I'm gonna come here and pick up this missile pack. And if you know anything about Super Metroid, you know that there are 2 more missile packs to the right of this room. So on the tracker, when it says missile, it actually doesn't mean that I have to pick up all missiles. That RTA is actually called 100 missiles RTA. So 1 second. So I will be picking up 100 missiles that are just directly on my way. And this category, this run, I will be traveling all over Planet Zebes. So I basically get to just pick the 100 missiles that are just directly on my way. So it's actually very efficient. And now I'll be heading up to fight the first mini boss of them all, the Sports Spawn. And it's actually one of the trickier mini bosses to play completely optimally. I want to farm up on my health. Health is actually ammo and health managements are really tight in the beginning part of this run. So I'm going to take an intentional hit and use my iframe to get into not Quagmire, Spore Spawn to get the 2 super missile hits, and at this stage, 1 more missile and 1 super will do the trick. As such, and time actually doesn't end here. It's interesting, but Spore Spawn Rta historically the time ends when the super missile Spore Spawn is picked up. So that's the first of the 28 Rta categories. I'll remove it from my tracker. So 90 more to go. And I want to conserve my super missiles a little bit, just because ammo is really tight. And that missile pack is over there, and I'm not gonna pick it up because it's more efficient to pick it up later. But Charge Beam, I will pick it up. It's very helpful for many boss fights, especially in Lower Norfair. And the next room has, well, you'll see the first of those enemies that we call. Actually, this room has this thing. This thing is called a gate. Gosh, terrible execution. And I will be opening all the gates. Oh, okay, this room has a cool trick. If I can do it. Ah, that sucks. So what I wanted to do was to this enemy, the cactus enemy I just killed is called a Cacadac, and there are a total of 20 of them in this game, and I had to kill all of them. And there I went for a pretty difficult kill strat, but couldn't get it, unfortunately. My shot just barely missed. And in this room, you're gonna see the first instance of the Yappy Moss, which is a hand-like enemy that grabs Samus, and one of the RT goals is to get grabbed by all 17 Yappy Moss on this planet. So I will be doing that. And Yappy Moss are actually really cool. There's a time saver with grabbed by all Yappy Moss. So you'll see me get grabbed here. And as soon as I get grabbed, I fire Super Missile to kill it. Similarly here. This is because the Yappy Maw actually releases Samus only after like a second or two or so of delay. So as soon as you get grabbed, you can just use your weapon to kill it to save some time. Heading to Kraid's layer now. And Kraid is a... So note that this is an RTA category, which means I'm not going to have to beat the game, which means I don't even have to kill all the 4 major bosses. But Kraid, I still have to kill it, because Kraid actually hides the energy tank behind it. So just not much I can do. If Kraid didn't have an energy tank behind him, then I probably won't have to kill Kraid, and I can just use Gravity Suit for all the things I have to do. Please. Okay, I'm very nervous apparently. So coming up is Kraid, everyone's favorite boss. That was actually a little bit close. So that's great. He's going to give me the Varia suit, which allows me to survive heat damage. Oh yeah, right. Right. That's a great point actually. So Spore Spawn is the only mini. I forgot to mention it earlier, but Spore Spawn is the only mini boss whose death flag is set the moment he's dead, and there will be the later bosses. They all have different. They all have varying times at which their boss death flags are set. So it is something to look out for, to be mindful of. Okay, barely got the mock ball. Barely. So this is the room I was talking about. This room has an energy tank that you can access only after you beat and Kraid. No. If not for this energy tank, I probably would not be defeating Kraid. So now I will be, to explain the route a little bit, now I will be heading down to Norfair. And my goal is to pick up some of the key major major movement upgrades like high jump boost, speed booster, and wave beam. In a typical RTA, actually I have to. This first room is a little bit tricky. Yeah, as I said, mess it up. Typically in an RTA run, we won't really spend the time grabbing all these major upgrades because we just want to fulfill our goals. But since this run actually travels all parts of planet Zebes, it only makes sense for me to grab these strong, powerful movement upgrades at the very beginning. So here's this high jump boost, allows Samus to jump higher. And there's a conveniently located missile expansion atop, which I will pick up. I will be picking up only the missiles. The missiles I'm picking up are all directly on the way because I don't need all the missiles. I only need 100 of them. Wow. Okay. So now I'm heading to Bubble Mountain. And if you are familiar with Super Metroid, you will know that this room actually has a missile pack. Just down there. I'm not gonna even pick that up because it's not the It's not the most efficient missile pack. Well, it's not one of the 100 most efficient missile packs. Okay, in Bubble Fountain, and this room has another cat attack over there. Well, that I just killed. Actually, took a moment to kill. Nice. playing a little quite sloppy actually. I have to actually focus a little bit. And here I'm coming here to grab speed booster. Yeah, so I have been running this category since January. And hopefully I can do it some justice. Well, it's not a category, it's just something I do for fun. So that's speed booster, and so far the run is looking a little bit like a 100% run, just because I have to just pick up these upgrades. Not much I can do. I'll do 2 farms in the next room. And got a bunch of super missiles, which is great. Super missiles will save me time. So now I'm coming down here to pick up wave beam. And the next room actually, why did I use a super? The next room actually has a gate right here, the wave gate, and it also has a kegel. Also has a kegel, so I will not be forgetting that kegel when I come out of this room. I should mention there are a total of 5 kegels, 11 gates, 17 Yappy Malls, 20 Cacatacs, and 10 boulders in the entire run. That will be taken care of. So need to not forget this kegel, this lonely kegel right here. What? Kegel-ing enemy is not free. It's not tricky, but it's not free either. So there was that. Oh my goodness. Playing really poorly actually. And that cat attack is very special because it actually gets killed 3 times in this entire run. And I'll explain why the cat attack is special when I get close to the end of the run actually. Please. This is the 3rd gate. And now I'll be heading to Crocmire. As you can see on the tracker, the next victim is Crocmire. And if you are familiar with Super Metroid, you will know that Crocmire actually focus. Missed the shot. You'll know that Crocmire can be killed very quickly if you have the plasma beam, and there's a reason I'm fighting Crocmire now instead of later, actually. Nice. Crocmire is a very RNG heavy boss fight. Every time he swipes his hands, like, as such, I'm losing a little bit of time. But that's Quagmire, and timing does not end here. So Quagmire's death frag, well technically you can probably call Quagmire's death frag is set when his drops appear, which will not be in a few dozens of seconds. So yeah, here you have to wait for Quagmire to just. Yeah. So sorry. Kill Croc's stun is a major glitch category, so I just couldn't really. Oh, I have to update my tracker. So Croc is done, and yeah, 18 more to go. So this area is very interesting because this area is probably where all gates RTA actually has a pretty sizable influence, because all the gates that I've come across so far were directly on the way, really. But this area has a gate that actually makes me have to detour a little bit, so it makes the run more interesting. All these dudes. Do a mock ball, and here I'm grabbing the Grapple Beam. Grapple Beam is useful for precisely one thing, and one of the RTAs is called Tickle the Fish RTA, otherwise I will not be picking it up. So normally runners would exit this area through the right side, the way I just came in, but since there is actually a gate on this side, it's more efficient to exit Quagmire's area from this way, so that I have direct access to that gate. Wow, that was terrible. So here's this gate, and yeah, that's the whole reason I came this way. But although I probably lost time because I fell in the water. I don't usually do that, but I'm not playing very well. I have to get back on my game. This next room has two cack attacks. These two, so I have to kill those guys. Next room has a gate. It's a 4th or 5th gate I'm opening right here, and conveniently I can pick up this missile pack right here. Whew. Okay, nice bonk. And this is this might sound interesting to some people, but I'm actually picking up Ice Beam now. So Ice Beam usually is mostly useful for Turian, where you have to fight Metroids, but I'm not going to Turian, so why am I picking up Ice Beam? Well, the reason will be apparent later. Actually, this room is a little tricky. Hopefully, okay, nice. I had to do the angle shot I did there. It needs to carry some momentum in order to hit the two enemies on the other side of the screen, so I could do D-boost. Also, this is a tough mock ball. Yeah, it's a top mock ball, so I don't get it, obviously. Well, the next room is also difficult. You do something called Ice Escape. Okay, got it. That's not too hard, but it's not as free as it looks. So I'm done with North Air for now, and heading up to Wreck Ship now. And okay, next up is Bio Plume, sure. I'm actually going to place a power bomb here. This is a setup for a trick later on in the run. Actually, I'm trying to get a short charge. We'll get a shine spark during that animation, and I got it. That's good. Well. So I have to explain the room coming up. Coming up is the X-ray room. That room has three Yappy Malls in it, and it's one of the hardest, one of the most technical rooms in the entire run. So I will focus. it's really terrible to mess it up because the rippers are all, well, not the rippers, but the wavers are all on cycle. So I wanted to shoot a downward shot to freeze the enemy, or to freeze the fire flea, making your platform. Couldn't do it. So it all fell apart. Well, I only got... That's an issue though, I didn't get grabbed by any of the Yappy Malls. I need to improvise something. So normally I get grabbed by the first Yappy Mall during the first trip, and get grabbed by the later two, so now I have to improvise a little bit. This... okay. Well, that was unfortunate. The X-ray strat is really cool, but really hope I could show it off. But it's a hard strat. And coming up next is one of the silliest categories, really. All Bioplume RTA, where I actually have to get grabbed by get chewed by all the flowers here. So you'd have to bear with me while I take care of this. And it's actually not completely free. I'm actually doing some things here. I'm trying to farm the enemies as I'm getting grabbed, chewed. In particular, I'm looking for super missiles. I really want to have 9 super missiles leaving this room. Well, at least 9, and I'm in good shape. And I'm gonna kill that guy in advance. Hopefully more. Okay, that's good. I'm set on my supers. Also, please don't question whatever I'm doing. This is all part of the category, so blame whoever made the category, not me. And there are 3 more Bioplumes in this room, and 2 more Bioplumes in the roughly the same area. So I have no choice but to get grabbed. As such. Okay. And 2 Kakataks here. I have to kill. This is a tough trick. Well... couldn't do it, because it's a tough trick. Wasn't good enough. This is a little neat. I will get grabbed by the Yappy Mall, then I'll freeze it. This is one part where Ice Beam is actually very useful. You can get grabbed by the Yappy Mall, and by using Ice Beam, I can detach Samus pretty quick. So that's all Bioplumes. How many more? 1, 2, 3, like 17 more or something. Just talking about playing is really hard. Although that's just an excuse. Okay, now I'm heading to Red Ship. And you can actually see the next RTA goal coming up is a Crystal Flash RTA. And if you are familiar with okay, oh my goodness, apparently I've been playing this game for 5 years and I cannot do the easiest tricks. Gosh, it's a terrible run so far. But hopefully, well, and if you know about Super Metroid, you see me entering Wreck Ship with reasonably little health, and you see the next goal is Crystal Flash RTA, you might have an idea of what's going to happen. So coming up is a Phantom fight. Which is a tricky fight. I will try to get at least a 2 round, hopefully. Anything more than 2 rounds, you can frown on me. weapons. I only got 2, I think, or 1? I don't know. Okay, now I have to do some really good offering to even have an attempt at 2. And I accidentally fired a 3rd missile. So that's not good. Okay, 1. So I have 10 missiles in, which means I have to do 2 again 5. Don't know, but 1 is have to do 6. I got 4. So yeah, you can definitely frown on me. 4 rounds is not very good. Therapy. Okay, so that's pretty slow. Probably lost about 40 seconds. But yeah, I killed him. Am I killed the darkness? Okay. And so now the wreck ship is lighted up. I will do a D boost here. A low D boost. I want to do a low D boost. I did a high D boost, so that lost me some time. Then there's another map station here. What? Okay, that's very rare. That's very rare. I exit the room before the map loaded, so that was a pure time loss. Unfortunately, I only opened. Okay, nice. I did break that. So 3 more map stations to go. And the wreck ship has 2 super missiles and and the gravity suit, as well as the energy tank that I really want to get. Yeah, so this room has a super missile expansion, and let's see, I'm gonna take 15 damage. It's gonna put me at 70 something. I will take an atomic hit. That will be sufficient. That's not sufficient. 2. Okay, so now I'm at critical health, and I'm actually gonna head out of the wreck ship for good. Actually, not for good. And do clip into this wall here. The ripper was on a cycle, so I had to be very quick. And that's Crystal Flash Rta. Okay, I'm so sorry, but I was too nervous and I soft locked myself. Oh wow, that never happened in practice. Well, okay, I'm super sorry, but that's unfortunately it's not gonna be a valid run. I do have a backup save in case that happened, but this will unfortunately not be a valid run. So I do have a save from the wreck ship save station. Wow, it's really going poorly actually. I need to keep it together. So I'll try the trick again. At least you got to solve the crystal flash part. Not the X-ray crime part. This is the whole reason I picked up X-ray. Really, X-ray scope is not really required for any of the RTAs, but it saves more than a minute to. To be able to do this, okay, that was a little scary. Saves more than a minute to be able to do this climb right here to get the gravity suit. So it's actually still worthwhile to pick it up. Unfortunately, I lost. I made the run. The run got invalidated because of this trick. Because of this very trick. But it is what it is. Okay, I have to update the tracker. Okay, I'll probably focus a little bit more because if I keep playing like this, I'm just gonna go overestimate for sure. If I keep playing like this, So Wreck Ship has one more energy tank that I have to get, and it's efficient to get it now after I have the gravity suit. Oh, I should have saved my super missile actually. I'll be very low on supers for the. Actually, more or less for the remainder of this run. The entire run from this point onward will be very tight on super missiles. Mostly because I will be using a ton of them in Lower Norte to save some time. Also, coming up is one of the hardest tricks in this entire run. Oh, at least give it a shot. Wow. Oh, I didn't. Okay, that's such a shame. I couldn't even go for it because I didn't unequip Morphine Ball. I didn't re-equip Morphine Ball. Well, there was a hard strat I could have gone for, but I couldn't. And these are the last two of the Kegels. After I Kegel these guys, the run will be done. The Kegel Rta will be done. So that's it for Kegel the Kegel. And I'll head into Maria from here. It's pretty convenient because it's just so far out of the way to go from the Kegel location to anywhere else, really, to get back into the main parts of Planet Zebes. So coming up is one of the hardest tricks in this entire run, actually. Another hardest trick. It's called Bottom Skip, where I have to do 6 pixel perfect enemy freezes that are all off screen. Nice, got that strat. So I'll be focused a little bit. Gosh, I'm really. I meant to freeze that. I meant to freeze that grappler, the Yappy Maul, but yeah. So there's another Yappy Maul in this room. I meant to freeze the first one after I got grabbed. And yeah, so here's this. There's another Yappy Maul. Oh, thankfully this is not the most costly of those kinds of mistakes I can make, but. Okay, so this is Bottom Skip. Oh, that's... Okay, all these things that never happen in practice are happening. I cannot let the drop just sit there. That's not gonna make it. That's going to mess up the trick. I'm adjusting the spawn cycle of these guys. Actually, okay, that's way too early. Two more. That was very close. Fading. One more. This is the hardest one. Okay. Terrible. But that allows me to come here and defeat these cat attacks. This is part of the. There are a total of 10 cat attacks in this area. So that's part of kill all cat attacks RTA. Nice deboost. So technically, I have already killed all 20 cat attacks, but the time actually doesn't end here. I will explain the reasoning later. And this is where the route really falls apart because I have to fight a Boulders from this side. That's the worst pattern. Oh, please. Oh wow. Yes. That's also like one of the worst fights I've had in a while. I'm so sorry. So that frag for Boulders is set when the wall completely breaks, so I had to wait for the wall to break there. Going around to properly fight Boulders takes about 40 seconds, so it should be faster to do what I just did, but I handled that fight really poorly. But the Boulders skip and the Boulders fight are the two most like unpredictable parts of Meridia. From here, the trick should be roughly consistent. Also, this spark is actually kind of tight. And actually, I should explain. Coming up is the boulders. Okay, I have to update my. Coming up is the all Boulders Rta. I have to destroy the boulders, and this is by far my least favorite. It literally is an abomination of a category. There's a reason there are only 4 runners for this category. It's the least of all the categories I'm running today. The goal is to basically destroy all the boulders before they break on their own. If you fail to break them, you lose the run. That's the first one. Second. Okay, that was a little scary. If I didn't break that boulder in time, I have to loop all the way back to come into the sandpit again, just so that I can destroy that boulder, which costs about 2 minutes. So it's really scary. So there are 7 more boulders to destroy, and actually way more. Coming up is coming up is a Death to Shaktul Rta. This enemy is called Shaktul, and I have to kill him. That's Death to Shaktul. I will update the tracker when I get to a fanfare. So Meridia doesn't get any easier though. All the rooms coming up are pretty tricky. This one. And here are 2 challenging short charges that barely worked. This one is a harder one. Okay, nice. I didn't have to come to a full stop there though. And I'm flying this way because there's a gate that I have to open. Nice. What I did is called a green gate glitch to open that gate from the other side. That's of course part of all gates Rta. And the green gate glitch is a 1-frame trick the way I did it. So it was actually pretty lucky for me to get it on first try there. And here, this is a very quick missile expansion to grab. I have to come to this room anyway because there's a energy tank that I have to collect. As such. And the next 2 to 3 minutes will be very similar to a 100% run because I have to pick up some upgrades in Meridia, namely super missiles. Oh, I wanted to kill that crab to save some frames. Unfortunately, I'm losing some frames, so I have to kill it again. And the next area I'm heading into is called the beach area. The Meridia beach is very challenging, so I'll try my best. So this missile expansion right here is probably the most out of the way item that I'm grabbing this run. out of the way missile. And this room is a little tricky. Namely the last ledge grab. Okay, that was yeah, the door didn't scroll, so that was actually a really good ledge grab. And I'm here to pick up this super missile. And that tricky room I just went through is even trickier on the way back because there's a blind mock wall I have to do, or I have to attempt. And that's so. That's actually pretty lucky that I got it. This move is also tricky. Oh, barely. So that's all of the Murdia items that I'm grabbing at the moment. Oh, I didn't upgrade chapter actually. And as I said, I forget to short charge. I'll do it in the next fanfare, I promise. Okay, this room I have to be really careful because the boulders in this room are really can really mess you up. This first boulder I'm destroying. You can see the explosion effect took place in the wall. I used the super missile to just save some to be a little bit safe. No. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Okay, I'll have to backtrack for this room later. Because unfortunately I couldn't break that boulder before it destroyed itself. Yeah, that's why I had to be careful with that room, and I still mess it up. Wow. So I will come back to that room later. That's actually pretty sizable time loss. Like 2 minutes. That's already gone. And here's the Meridia map station. Yeah, all boulders is just it's a scary category. And here's one more gate. Gosh, that guy didn't spawn. So one more gate. And of course it's part of all gates RTA. So I'll remember that the leftmost boulder needs to be taken care of. Gosh, I hope I don't mess up the second time around. Press that power bomb there. It's gonna open that door for me. That room contains a map station, the Norfair map station. And coming up is one of the hardest rooms with Yapimos in it. The next room, the room after the next one is a lot harder than it looks actually. And I think I'll take this refill just for safety because the run has been going really poorly, so I might just die in Norfair. Okay, almost. That was pretty good, and I get to open this gate here. And this room had the fastest strat for this room is something called a lava spark, which I actually cannot do. So I wanted to go for a strat called chronic boost, but also missed that. There is an 80% race of Super Metroid on June 5th, and the runners there will do a much better job at showcasing the lava dive trick. So if you are curious regarding how the trick looks like, definitely give that one a watch. So now I'm entering Lower Norfair. I will be equipping my suits later, but the next room has a really hard trick. Well, the room after the next one has a very hard trick to it. So I can focus. I didn't even shoot the super missile. Okay, this is not the hard trick I was talking about. This is like the first stage of the hard trick, but yeah, unfortunately I couldn't do it. The hard trick would involve keeping your temporary bruise suit into this room, so that you can save one second or so. So now I have to fight Golden Chorizo, which is of course a mini boss, and also pick up its super missiles. So note that I didn't kill Dragon because this is not a full run, which means I don't have access to Plasma Beam. So I will be using beam shots on this boss in combination with super missiles to save some time. And this is when I will put Gravity Suit on and equip the other beams. Unequip the other beams. Yeah, some super missiles are very crucial. Shine Spark out, and I'll be farming some super missiles in this room as well. Can't get the last of these guys, but he'll, yeah, get it here. So Golden Warfare would be pretty similar to a standard run. Gosh, I missed that strike completely. Yeah. I wanted to kill the pirates for lag reduction, but I didn't do it very well. Instead took 100 damage. I'm glad I took the energy refill now. Because dying to ready is actually a very big possibility. I'm going to place a power bomb there to save some frames. Nice. I wanted a super missile and he gave me a super. Well, I mean, I expected a super missile and he gave me a super missile. The ready fight coming up is will be. The ready fight is very slow if you don't have the plasma beam. So you want to get as many supers as possible to make the fight easier, to make the fight quicker. And the next series of rooms are all pretty challenging. We've got the double cable. This room is very critical. I have to focus. Gosh, barely. I took it a little safe here, and this is a brand new strategy. I don't know if I'm able to get it, but let's see. Maybe? Okay, got it. This is a brand new strategy that was found by the famous caster Snake just a few days ago, actually. Glad I was able to include it there. Ready fight. Oh, he's hit. Please. Okay, got 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, got it. Well, that was not a missing the X factor. Cost me some time, but apart from that, it was alright. I had plenty of super missiles to use, really. And really also gave me a good number of super missiles, so that's helpful, because I actually need super missiles to... Okay, GT all mini bosses, Shaft tool. Sorry, I keep forgetting the tracker. I just updated a bunch of them. Oh, also, killing Golden Chorizo also fulfills all mini boss RTA automatically, so killing Golden Chorizo actually satisfied 2 objectives there for me. And the only reason I had to kill Ridley is because of the energy tank behind Ridley. If Ridley had like a major upgrade, then I wouldn't have to go fight him actually. was I wanted to do a full strat called Wasteland Speedball, but couldn't get it. Nice. And this next room has an energy tank in it, so I will pick it up. There's this one missile I have to use, and there are 3 more super missiles I have to use for the 3 boulders in this room. And if I did this damage rules correctly, I should land on the platform. But let's see. Barely. Landing on the platform saves a little bit of time. And remember to not remember these boulders. 1, 2, and 3. So technically there should be 3 more boulders on the planet I have to destroy, but since I missed the one in Meridia, I will go back to it. I'll go back for it after I'm done with Norfair. There's a reason. I mean, there's a reason why all Boulders Rta is just so unpopular. I hate to say it, but it's not my favorite category either. Pick up this power bomb pack, and that's it for Lower Norfair. There's nothing else I have to do here. And since I have Screw Attack, these typically very precarious routes are a breeze. Now, even though I killed all Cack Attacks like 20 minutes ago, time for all Cack Attacks Rta only ends when I kill the Cack Attacks in the next room and stand on its pedestal. So I will make sure to do that. Stand on its pedestal. So that's time for all Cack Attack Rta. It's completely ridiculous why that Cack Attack needs to be killed last, but it is in the rule, so I have to abide by it. And I will take care of the Norfair map station here, which I blew open earlier. This room. And I will update the tracker. Gosh, please. So CAC is done. So 55 minutes in, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. There are 10 more. Oh, so I'm only halfway done with the category technically. Can I even finish underestimate? I've only done. Oh, I forgot to do a short charge because I was talking. That sucks. There was a. I broke the tube so I could bring a shine spark to this room, but I got too absorbed in talking. And I probably shouldn't get this missile now because I have to make a loop around. Yeah. So usually I would just there's a gate in the top room of Meridia, so I have to go there, but which is why this shine spark is done now. But I have to go destroy that one boulder, so I'm going back for it. So this is a huge pain, but I'm sorry. The boulder, I couldn't get the boulder. I couldn't get it before it SD'd. Not quite getting the thing. Also, I need to remember I have a Screw Attack, so I must use a Super Missile for this boulder. Oh, why am I even coming this way? Hey, please don't miss. Oh, right, that works. That's right. Never mind me. Actually, I should have just done that during the first play. During my first path. I have 2 supers. Should I go for the green egg glitch? Actually, I'll give it a shot. Okay, this is probably a really bad idea. Also, why am I short charging? Okay, time to test my setup. Okay, thank you. That saves 10 seconds, but I hesitated, so it didn't save as much. Right. Have to climb up this room. I was hesitant. I was hesitant there because there's a gate I have to open. With a super missile. Please. Also, time is coming up for Tickle the Fish. I have to use a Grapple Beam to touch this fish. That's the goal of Tickle the Fish RTA. That's the whole reason I picked up Grapple Beam. And don't miss this. That's all the Meridia gates. Okay, 9 more. Hopefully I can finish in the next below the 70-minute mark. Although I doubt it. Okay, kill that guy. I'm back to criteria. And there's a power bomb I have to get. So I'll take care of that really quickly. Power bomb. And usually Super Metroid runners will do a shine spark called the Gauntlet Spark. But the Gauntlet area is actually infested with Yappy Malls. So I will have to get grabbed by all of them. In fact, there are a total of 5 Yappy Malls in Gauntlet. So I'll do this cannonball strat to get into Gauntlet, and here comes all the Yappy Malls. Nice. Get grabbed by the first. Ice Beam coming in really handy here. Nice. I don't think that grabbed me. Okay, that for sure did. Grab me, thank you. Okay. Okay, so this is a trick called the back bonded spark, and it saves quite a few seconds. Actually, I'm lucky that I got it there. So that's all Yappy Mall. Almost too far to the right. These missiles, so as I said, I only have to pick up 100 missiles, so these missiles, even if I miss one, I can just grab like one of the backups. No, I do have to grab one of the backups. Yeah, well, so it's not detrimental to miss it, but it does lose time because those are the most efficient missiles to grab on the way. And now I'm heading to Brinstar. Okay, so yeah, I should definitely finish in the next 10 minutes, so that's not a problem. Gosh, this run is horrible. I have to remember to farm a super missile here. The ammo situation works out really well here. I'll have to keep that super. And this is a pretty tight short charge and saves about a second compared to using power bombs. Okay, time is coming up for all map stations RTA. That's time. To kill all these enemies to unlock the door. That is done. And I'm coming down here to grab a power bomb, engine tank, and super missile, all of which are required for the 3 RTAs. And since I have screw attack, the next room where runners usually do a bunch of damage boosts, I have to do them slightly differently because screw attack makes it hard to get damage boosts. Yeah, well, that I completely missed the first damage boost, which threw off the strat. So get this power bomb. Okay, I should explain. Coming up is a objective called Free the Dakora RTA, and it has one of the hardest moonfalls in the entire run, called the Dakora moonfall. So I will try. I'll attempt it in the next room. No, no. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Saves about 2 to 3 seconds. If I could get the moonfall. It's a tough one though. But I should have. And here's for the Dakora. As soon as Dakora crouches, you can do a Shine Spark, and that's for the Dakora. Okay, so 6 more objectives. So after Dakora is freed from the pit, there's a similar thing that's happening in this room, in which Samus actually now has to escape a respawning pit. This is called Mission Impossible. And the time is coming up for all gates RTA actually. I've during this entire run I've actually opened 10 unique gates already. And this is the last of these gates. So it's time for all gates RTA. So power bomb, energy tank, boulder, missile supers. So the RTAs that are remaining are just the ammunition RTAs mostly. And this is the missile that I skipped at the beginning of the game. It's more efficient to pick it up now, even though it only saves a little bit of time. What? For some reason I hesitated. And this will be the 13th energy tank. I'm grabbing here. And actually I already have 9 power bomb packs collected, so the next power bomb I collect will be the last power bomb. Get out of here. Fix the door. There's a power bomb there to get the door, and using screw attack to my advantage. And I don't know if that's far enough to the right, but that's all power bombs RTA. It might be far enough to the right. Maybe not? Okay, barely. I was hesitant. So there are... I have 4 more super missiles, so I will... Just in case I'm gonna missile open this door, because I might miss one of the boulders. And I just co-jacked the super... and I accidentally used the super on this energy. So now I cannot miss the boulders, otherwise I have to unequip my screw attack to do pseudo screws. Okay, got the first 2. You could hear it. And the third boulder fell down there. I will destroy it on my way back. Also E-Tank is already done. You can see all 14 E-Tanks. And I need to remember that I missed 1 missile pack. Okay, that's all boulders. I missed 1 energy tank. I missed the missile, so the order will be... What? Well, the text is glitched a little bit, but I don't think we need the tracker anymore at this point. The remaining objective would be to grab the 100th missile pack as well as the super missile pack. So normally, I don't grab the missile expansion in the next room because it's actually a very awkward one to grab. But since I missed one, this will now serve as a recovery, serve as a backup. So this should be my 100th missile. And 107, okay. And this room, next room will have the last super missile pack. So this is the end of the category. And even in this very last room, there's a speed trade. I will crouch then use Shine Spark. That makes me grab this energy, this super missile, on my Shine Spark on the way up to save some time, and that's time. Well, it's an invalid run. I have to apologize. Invalid run. Actually, why is it? It's still kind of underestimate. Since I cannot prove to y'all that I fulfill all the 20 unique goals, I will at least show you that I fulfill all the ammunition RTAs. I go into the ship to refill my ammo, and hopefully you'll see that I have all the. I have 100 missiles, 150 power bombs, and 50 super missiles. Hopefully. If not, then I will have to keep going. Find another replacement. Okay, well, at least the run is. Yeah, at least I have everything I need. So I apologize for the execution throughout. That was just horrific. But thank you all for watching. There will be. This is only the second of a series of Super Metroid runs featured in SNES Super Stars Marathon. There are like 10, like 12 or 13 more to come. So if you liked what you saw, well, the other runners will do a much better job than me at showcasing this game. But if you liked what you saw, definitely stay tuned. Tune in for the other Super Metroid runs that will happen in a few days. So that's it from me. Thank you for watching, and see you next mission.